Today's my birthday, I got detained for terrorism.
Everything is happening all at once, and I am freaking out. Donald Trump just met with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. You had about 0.32% of the entire world's wealth sitting at one single table. Meanwhile, on the streets of our country, you have Americans protesting against the Islamification of our country, which, by the way, Saudi Arabia is ruled by Sharia law. So there is just a tremendous amount of stuff to get into in this video. Would you be so kind to make sure that you are subscribed?
1,000 ladies wearing hijabs in the near future as an NYPD.
This lady says that she sees thousands of women in the New York Police Department wearing hijabs, and to make her vision of forcing Islam on America a reality, she gives a little teaching lesson about how to put on a hijab.
So I'm gonna give a little.
So you just grab some scissors and then you take it right down the middle and you just cut it right in half, and then you're all set. It's just a joke. YouTube gets very sensitive about criticism to Muslims. So I was kind of confused about this whole dinner at first, and then I realized that this prince is a part of the richest family in the world. Their net worth makes up $1.4 trillion. He comes from a family that is 2.8 times richer than Elon Musk. And if this dinner could bring the two together, then I'm all for it. This next clip shows that the prince does have a pretty good sense of humor.
Someone told me that there is bidding sites, that they are bidding on me wearing black suits, and if you bid on me wearing black suits, I'm coming here with the black suits, they're gonna get almost 17x. So I want to tell them, sorry, you lose the bid.
He's like Zelensky. He doesn't wear suits. In just a very minute, we will bridge the gap between the Arabian Nights and the people on our American streets getting pepper sprayed in the face and conservatives getting arrested, because all of this, the jets and the very nice candlelit dinner, makes sense when you put it into perspective and realize that the Al Saud's family net worth primarily comes from their country's oil reserves. And I'm pretty sure that the saying goes, if you want honey, then don't kick over the beehive, right? So this all makes complete sense to me. I feel like I'm watching a movie, guys. Also, everybody's always claiming that Donald Trump is a puppet to Israel, but then why did he do this?
I'm pleased to announce that we're taking our military cooperation to even greater heights by formally designating Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally, which is something that is very important to them, and I'm just telling you now for the first time because I wanted to keep a little secret for tonight.
Just so you guys know, Israel is also another major non-NATO ally of the United States. So obviously he does stand with 78% of Americans that identify as Christians, and Christianity is the wealthiest religion in the world, by the way. Just so you guys know, Muslims, I believe, own like 5% of the wealth, and Jewish people own even less than that. So maybe sometimes it's not something that we should be particularly so concerned about. It does seem like more and more people are becoming Trump supporters, especially when you have somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo attending the dinner. It's just going to encourage more celebrities to follow in the trend and begin getting involved in politics like Nicki Minaj's.
Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action.
Like the US, I think a lot of people feel. You see the normal everyday people, and we believe, okay, the people of Israel are good. It's their government that can be bad sometimes. Or most Muslim people are good, but it's Islam or the Islamic government that can be bad sometimes. And so it's a very interesting game of chess when these leaders meet with each other. And the implications that their deals have are very vast. So hopefully they will be good ones. I mean, I think people might even be concerned to know that Saudi Arabia is investing so much money into the United States.
Today and tomorrow we're going to announce that we are going to increase that $600 billion to almost $1 trillion of investment, real investment and real opportunity by details in many areas. And the agreement that we are signing today in many areas in technology, in AI, in earth materials, magnet, etc., that will create a lot of investment opportunities.
So you are doing that now. You're saying to me now that the $600 billion will be $1 trillion.
Definitely, because what we are signing, it will facilitate that, and
I like that
build
very
on
much.
it.
I mean, it's amounts of money that is hard to comprehend, investing $1 trillion. And so I can also see the positive side of this because the United States, I mean, in some ways we are an island, but we cannot be completely isolated from the world. Such a global market in a way that we need to be able to collaborate with each other because things are changing and progressing so rapidly with machine learning and AI. So again, like I've said in the past, I put a lot of my trust into Donald Trump. Now, on the streets, people are totally at war about this and about the takeover of cities like Dearborn, Michigan, which have a 55% Muslim population. And people have shown up to the city council to express their concerns. And of course, there's always this sentiment of everybody has freedom of religion, which was written in the Constitution primarily for Christians. Now, I mean, it's just easier said than it actually is done because if somebody's religion is to just drop down in random moments to begin praying or to blast their music or to do these massive street takeovers and then to limit the free speech of other people who criticize it, it just is very confusing because it begins to infringe on other people's free speech and freedom of religion. This is Cam Higbee. He's doing great work. He's traveling all over the nation, working so hard. So this is what he had to say about his experience filming in Dearborn.
Okay. Today on the streets of Dearborn, I was pepper sprayed, maced by protesters because I asked them simply why they were harassing and touching another individual who had stated repeatedly that he was only on their side of the street to talk to them and have a dialogue. My phone was smashed. You can see the broken camera right there. They stole $50 out of my pocket and they stole my microphone receiver. I went and I told one of your officers, badge number 3668, that this had happened. He told me there was nothing that could be done about it unless I went to the station. I told him, I can't go to the station. I'm working. I'm doing my job because I'm working too. I said, Dad, your job is to protect me and all the people that are out here today. Okay? So he said I could go into the station later. I told him, you're never going to catch the guy if I go into the station later. He's going to leave. He's dressed head to toe in black. I filmed the whole thing, but he had a mask on his face. You'll never ever get an opportunity to arrest that person ever again if you don't go and get him right now. He said, sir, I can't leave my post. 5 minutes later, I caught him in the parking lot on a personal phone call. Okay? Repeatedly today, I watched people that are in this room get attacked by other people that are in this room. I watched your officers not respond to those attacks repeatedly. Then I saw somebody who was in this group, which again, I'm a journalist. I'm just documenting what's going on. I'm here to tell you what's going on. I saw somebody in this group get arrested. I asked the officer, habeas corpus, please articulate probable cause for arresting this person. They refused to. I asked name and badge number. They refused to give me their name and badge number as a member of the press with my badge clearly displayed. They would not tell me why they were arresting this person. They just did it.
And if you are somebody that exposes who Muhammad was and the things that he did, then you can be considered a terrorist in some places of the world like London. Ryan makes the funniest videos on Instagram. It's humorous, and he's not allowed to make jokes or express his own opinion.
Today's my birthday. I got detained for terrorism.
Ryan, what's going on?
What?
Can I go with my friends? Why is that?
I mean, it's just crazy that there is a certain group or certain groups that are so heavily protected by the police and by social media enforcement. I've also been afraid that something like this could happen when I go to London, which I might not be going back to. I was looking at traveling to Saudi Arabia to attend Beast Games. And so I went to our government's website where they have all the travel advisories or what visa visa you would need, and I would be able to get a visa at arrival. But the reason why it had a level 2 was because of maybe some crime, kidnapping, stuff like that. But it also said social media posts. No matter where you are or when you post it, if you have criticized their country or their religion, they can detain you, put you in jail for 5 years. Even if it was jokes like the last guy you saw, Ryan, makes, you can go to jail for that. And in some cases, you can receive the death penalty or 45 years in jail. And so it's important to realize that as Americans, we do not have the same freedoms that we would in other countries. At the very least, I hope we can protect them at home, even though entrepreneurs like Mr. Beast do stuff in Saudi Arabia and they're putting so much investments into the United States, and we're becoming a global market where our government is basically collaborating in technology with everybody, China, Israel, Saudi Arabia, you name it. So that's all I hope, is that we keep our American freedoms in America.
Jesus Christ is King of Dearborn, Michigan. Jesus Christ is King of Dearborn.
I think the most telling thing about this march in Dearborn was the sheer amount of Muslim people that showed up. Quick side note for those who are not aware, every single Friday I go live on the Patreon, and when you become a member, you will get access and you'll also be able to support the channel and continue to make these videos possible. Thank you so much to the Patreon members. You guys are amazing, and I hope to see everybody else there as well.
I don't want to get close. I can't hear you.
So Cam also, in one of his captions, he posted that they are blocked by a barricade. And Benny Johnson said something that resonated with me recently. And that was that something like the only group you should fear is the one you're not allowed to criticize. And I guess in some ways that is Israel and Muslim countries. It's like Christians always have to be careful because it's like they're minorities, or then it's almost as if sometimes Jewish people want you to turn against Muslims and Muslims want you to turn against Jews. I've heard Muslims tell me before, oh, well, we're closer to Christianity than Jewish people are. And I'm just like, bro, I don't care. I mean, you guys, we're all three different religions, and I totally understand the purpose of that march and people wanting to remind Dearborn that Christians also have freedom of religion just like they do. Would you be so kind to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel? I'll see you next time. Bye.